Hello everyone, this is Akuchi back with some more Dominion. I'll be starting a new season of the Dominion League. Unfortunately, I demoted and I'm now in the C division, C4, which promises to be explosive. My first match will be against mikaelsson, who I have not played before. Let's get into it. Okay, we have Bridge Troll, along with Seize the Day. So we also have a hand size attack in Catapult, and our draw, some combination, well, Scrying Pool probably works best, I think, with City Quarter doesn't work well from a low hand size. There is Stowaway, but with only City Quarter as actions, and we're going to have to play with it if we want to play with Bridge Trolls. Anyway. So the only trashing, I think, is Catapult. I'm halfway tempted to open double Catapult, but maybe we should actually get the potion. We can't get hand-sized attack away from being able to buy Scrying Pool. Of course it's bad if we do get attacked at a point when we... Okay, well that's not an issue. Well, yeah. I'm tempted to get maybe a second Catapult. Okay, at this point, I think I want a Border Guard. So I trash... I can trash anything. Our opponent's next hand. We don't know what's in it. We know a Catapult is not in it. I think I'll take this opportunity to trash a state. We know we're going to have to trash some estates anyway. Unfortunately, it looks like maybe our opponent... Oh, I don't know what they're doing. So, luckily, none of our cards missed the shuffle. Seems fine. Okay. What did our opponent do? They bought a potion. They triggered a shuffle. No, so they don't have a Catapult in hand. I think we're just gonna keep on trashing these estates. Keep trashing copper. It's annoying. There's a lot of border guards. There's a lot of border guards. They just keep on trashing copper. Alright, so down there, I think we do have another border guard. Okay. Let's attack. We didn't draw around to our potion. Definitely unfortunate. We could... I wonder if we should buy Seize the Day. Hmm. Like, does it matter when we buy Seize the Day? I feel like I just want to do it. Hmm. Hmm. I don't love that. Darn. I think I should have chose the triple. Alright, so we've seized. I was hoping to get a Catapult trashing estate. We did not. So it wasn't a very effective seize at all. Whoa! Incredible. So what happened to the top of our deck? I don't even know. Okay. We should attack, I think. We're getting low on economy. I think this is the second time we've attacked. Excuse me, second time we've trashed copper. So we should still be able to buy a bridge troll this turn if we draw deck. Which is, you know, difficult to be sure. Otherwise, in terms of money, I don't know. Panic will be good if and when Border Guard or Scrying Pool empties. What's our opponent doing? We got rid of a Scrying Pool. Oh, I hate that. Okay. We're pretty even on trashing, I think. Although we've taken C's. But our opponent's gone first. Yeah, that's fine. Oh boy. I don't care about the horn. Wow, this freaking scrying pool is down there. Or at least it's on top of our deck. Okay, we can do it literally one more time. This is the last time that we're allowed to trash copper. Alright, well this better draw. Can you stop it? Hmm. So our opponent full draws, but have they trashed one too many coppers? I guess we'll find out. This does not look like... No. Shoot, well, we lost the game. That's unfortunate. It's definitely unfortunate to lose the game. Okay. I think we have to border guard. Oh. We need to draw everything. I feel like we have to do this. Yeah, didn't get there. Yeah, we're kind of screwed now. Hmm. We could catapult the potion. We're close to wanting to do that. Do we buy a silver here? I feel like we need to try to hurt our opponent. We just need a good scrying pool draw. We're not getting it. Our deck is capable of drawing. We're just not getting it. Every freaking time. Every freaking time there's a good card that gets discarded. Am I playing this wrong? I don't understand how this is just going so poorly. Or going so well for our opponent. Alright, what do we do here? I think it's scrying pool. Gosh. Well, that's kind of good, I guess. I just never get... my scrying pools don't draw. Oh my goodness. I can't do it. I can't buy Bridge Troll. But our opponent can't play Bridge Troll next turn. So at least we can do this. I just, not a single time will my scrying pool draw 2 cards, which is just unbelievable. I don't like this hand either. I want some freaking other cards here. Oh my goodness, I can't do it. I'm never going to draw this. My scrying pool luck is abysmal. This is just so horrible. I have so many scrying pools. It's just not in the right place. All I need is one good freaking scrying pool. Just one. This thing might end on piles. I mean, it'll end on piles. We know that much. I kind of wish I was attacked. I kind of wish I wasn't attacked. It could go either way with that. Alright, so this is going to be a discard. At least we're attacking. Not that it seems to matter. It never freaking matters. We gotta do it this time. Thank goodness. Okay. So we have a potion down there. We might as well grab that. I think we have a scrying pool down there. Alright, so now we might as well trash the potion. And get a bridge troll. Every time there's a scrying pool on top of my deck. I mean, I guess it's likely, but still frustrating. Our opponent hasn't bought Seize the Day yet. Maybe they'll never buy it. Can you stop revealing good cards? Please? Oh my god. I don't know what that panic is doing. Oh, I guess, yeah, the piles are empty, so why not? Yeah, sure. Seems fine. Man, I am just getting wrecked. Just absolutely wrecked. I don't think we made any wrong choices. That's what's frustrating me. Very frustrating. Apparently, I have a catapult on top of my deck. Okay. I don't even know what I'm like trying to do. I can't buy anything. Ooh, I could buy a mission. That doesn't do anything. Oh my god. Well, that was a lot of good cards I got rid of. Um, hmm. My opponent does have a lot of border guards. And they have horses and stuff. They'll probably have a good turn still. I think I might want to buy a paddock. Not play the bridge troll. Honestly, I just don't see a route to victory. I can't even, I can't do any of that because I'm a freaking idiot. Like we kind of come to the same place. It might as well be a mill, right? That seems like the best thing we can do. We're just in such a bad spot. This is really getting me. The fact this is game one. I need to get my head in the right spot. Now, our opponent does not have a village yet. So that's the one upside to this. There's only one. That's the one upside. I don't know. I don't know where we went wrong. I mean, the big difference was we opened with potion. It's hard to believe that was the wrong move, but like we didn't get punished for it. I don't know. think I would get Bridge Troll, Border Guard, City Quarter in my opponent's position. Yeah, yeah. They're playing well. I don't think I can come back. Oh wow, a copper. Lovely. We could go on a mission. I think it's worthwhile. All right. Then, oh, we could trash the silver. I don't think I want to do that. Not yet. Oh, we don't have a paddock, right? We need, or we want a paddock. We want all the things. We can't get them. We're just constantly 2 turns behind. Well, it's accelerated to 2 turns. It's just the first person to get that bridge troll was so important. I just could not get what I needed. I trashed the estates early. That should have helped. Didn't matter. Did not matter. It's not like our opponent was able to do amazing things on the turns we didn't attack. They got the bridge troll on a turn we did attack. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Border Guard cannot increase the number of cards in your hand. So only Scrying Pool does that. So delaying the potion should not have helped my opponent hit Bridge Troll first. In they did get a silver. When did they get that silver? I don't actually know. Turn 9. Yeah, that's pretty late. Pretty late in the going. They needed it to. They needed to, I guess, because I trashed their copper. Yeah, they trashed too many copper. They got it real late. Yeah, I don't know. We should have been able to do it with all those scrying pools. We just didn't get the draws we needed. And if we're first to bridge troll, it's just so crushing. And we... Yeah, I don't know. Hmm. Sometimes there's not much of a lesson to be learned. Our opponent could have catapulted the potion first. At least his turn is pretty bad. Gotta be Bridge Troll plus Mill. Border Guards, I guess. Hmm. I mean, that's good. Don't think it's... Is it gonna win next turn without an extra Bridge Troll? Hmm. I don't think so. As long as I don't touch Mill. Oh, they have Seize the Day. So that'll do it. Alright, so what's our play? We can attack. It's just, we just don't have the money we need. Yeah, we can't buy anything good. Yeah. Seems... Like, I don't even want to trash with Catapult. It is the same amount of money this turn. The next turn it's less money. So next turn, what do I need? Guess I need 2 copper. Even that's not good enough for like a mission turn though. I don't even know. It's just, it's over. Alright, well, more days and stuff, I guess. Games, that's what I was looking for. Oh, I'm on C3. I'm not even C4. Disappointing. What? Opponent played well, but, you know, we played well too. It's frustrating sometimes. Frustrating. Alright, so we've got Amulet, Market Square, Encampment. Old Witch Altar. I'm just naming all the cards, but they're all pretty good. We could do turn 2 Messenger Market Square. I don't love it, I don't hate it. I give that to our opponent. I think double amulet's just correct. It is like only useful for trashing though. I don't know, the messenger's kind of tempting. Like we have plus buy through other sources though. We are kind of light on terminal space. And if we don't... And if we get the messenger, we kind of need to get an altar. Yeah, we're really tight on terminal space. There's still the possibility of getting altar. Even if we don't get messenger, it'll just take a longer amount of time. I'll just get the double amulet. I'll resist the temptation. Interesting. We probably want to trash here. Yeah, there's no point not playing it because we can just buy another one. Okay, we can get 2 golds here. Do we want to do that? I don't think so. Wow. Our opponent's just really going after those encampments. I think we can't. Yeah, I don't think we can play this encampment. There's like a reasonable chance that we just can't get it back, you know? I'm impressed with my opponent's play so far. You know what's really bad about what I just did? Nothing, because I have a gold down there. Alright, we could get a plunder. I don't really care about Old Witch, I don't think. My draw's pretty good. It's maybe not that good, though. We have 2 golds, and we can always get more with extra draw. Um, I think it's worthwhile. Oh, set aside. We did it. We did it. Alright, we're in a really good spot now. Well, that's no good. Come on, Old Witch. We could gain a silver with Amulet. Is that any good? Free silver? Okay. I guess. I don't even think we need the altar. Oh, Goat Herd is reasonable too. I want an extra buy. This is not good. Was it correct for me to play? No. Yeah, this is not good. I guess we turn that silver into a gold. There's a risk there. I don't think I want to take that risk. This was not good. It's too greedy. Alright, didn't matter. I could buy one more Old Witch. It's not bad. We just want a little more control. So our opponent's got the plunder advantage. We have the everything else advantage. Oh, Groom. Okay. Okay. This seems fine. Just one, I think. Two is too greedy. Alright, and we could do this again. I kind of want the alternating amulets, though. Let's, I guess, add up our money. We're at 16. That sounds fine to me. Sounds great to me. This doesn't look great, though. We have had pretty fortunate draws in general. This doesn't look so fortunate. Yeah, we were kind of stretching the limits of our draw. Like maybe we should have taken one province and then a pilgrim or something. Our opponent's not in a terrible spot. If we have a dud here, they've got a chance. They've definitely got a chance. So our opponent can double. Something we have to play around. Let's check in Goatherd to see if it had an interaction with Old Witch trashing, but it does not. I like that our opponent doesn't have a bunch of market squares. That limits their sneaky pile out potential. I am worried about dudding. It is a worry of mine. We need to find an encampment in the top two cards. That's not likely. I mean, market squares will cantrip for us. Uh-huh. It's got to be Old Witch or Pilgrim, right? Or Werewolf. But yeah, I mean, let's be real. You're never playing Werewolf, and it's night form. The old messenger first thing. Oh, am I still dead somehow? Huh. That was almost a dud. All right. We were definitely capable of losing that game. It was unlikely, but we were capable. Okay. Well, this is an awkward kingdom. First mate is the only plus actions. And not only that, Sanctuary is the only, like, non-terminal. There is Necropolis, at least. So, do we open with Baron? No, because we don't have estates. What the heck do we do? I don't know. Is Stowaway any good? Probably not. Haggler doesn't look great in this kingdom either. We might be just trying to go for a Sanctuary Golden deck? Could that be correct? Ooh, Hunting Grounds is cool. Everything else seems really awkward. There might be like a Sanctuary Golden deck with Count that's even better, though. It's important not to get too far ahead of ourselves. It would be nice to have more money. On the other hand, everything about Sanctuary is pretty nice. Definitely less nice with shelters. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. think I think I'll just get a cemetery. Don't really have anything better to do. There are no attacks. Oh great, our sanctuary missed the shuffle. You love it. I mean, I think our opponents won. Maybe we have to play weirder. Yeah, our opponent's doing the thing we want to do better. Wait, do they have a sanctuary? Either way, if they go for provinces, man, I do not know. We have two sanctuaries. Let's just see what a first mate does. I don't actually know if it's any good, but I don't think it's bad. Oh, great, yeah. Necropolis hunting grounds, of course. Sometimes it just doesn't work out for you, you know? Do we want to do Baron stuff? We don't need the plus buy. Nah. Maybe we should get a haggler now. Interesting choice. What is this? What is this? Seriously, what is this? These draws are abysmal. Just absolutely abysmal. Oh, I could have bought Cemetery there, couldn't I have? Yeah, whoops. Not bad. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've lost this game already. I'm just gonna click buttons until the pain goes away. These sanctuaries have just missed so many shuffles. It's gross. Gross, I say. I really liked our opponent's draws. I would have traded for those. What? We actually get to do something? That doesn't seem fair. I'm gonna need a second first mate, I think. We're also gonna need a sanctuary. But whatever. This count is pretty bad. My opponent is so clean. It's just beautiful. Thing of beauty. It's a lot of golds. Not ready to gain duchies, that's for sure. Do we want a gold? Probably. On the other hand, we can just get golds. We should buy a haggler or a sanctuary, so we have more targets for our first mate. I'm a little nervous about another haggler. Let's just get a sanctuary for now. Do we exile anything so we can draw more? Yeah, sure. We can get the silver back if we need to. If we want to. Oh. Great. We just bottom deck 2 sanctuaries. It is our way. Imagine if we had those sanctuaries in hand. We could actually threaten to, have a good turn, but we can't have that. Oh no, we can't have that. Like, seriously, what the heck? No, 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 no. Is that what I want? Yeah, sure, whatever. For some reason, I thought I was going to have 2 gains with Haggler. It doesn't work that way. You need 2 Hagglers for that, or a Ghost. I have neither. That's pretty good. That was our opponent's Ghost turn. So, we probably can't touch Province. Probably not the play. Which makes our Haggler gains pretty bad. No doubt about that. I guess we gain a hunting grounds. Well, this is just not going well, this match. That's pretty cool. We have a first mate and at least 1 sanctuary down there, and the necropolis. Yeah, okay, okay. Top decking seems dangerous. Gaining a copper is not great by any means, but I think it's the best option we have here. No, we can gain a copper, or we can top deck a copper safely. And then we probably just need to buy... I mean, it would be nice to buy hunting grounds, but we just buy a duchy. I don't know how we come back from this. If our opponent buys one province, I mean, not much we can do about that. They would need, like, they need a no province stud, and that seems very unlikely with their, 6 golds. Seems kind of unlikely. And look at this. Their second sanctuaries didn't even have anything to set aside. That must mean they're good cards. At the very least, a ghost. Mm-hmm. Hunting grounds, yeah. That'll do the trick. Okay. So we can't win, so we shouldn't think about this very long. We do kind of need a gold if we want to pretend to win. That's pretty a decent amount of money our opponent had there at the end. Pretty reasonable. Okay, do have Ghost Town. So we probably just want to play with as many Grooms as we can. It looks really good. Maybe Legionary eventually. Is there a plus buy? Nope. Well, that's pretty awkward. Probably Experiment. It's hard to imagine anything else being good. We do want Ghost Towns eventually. And there is Monastery, which of course we're going to want eventually. Good thing we didn't get Monastery. Groom's just too good. We could hold on to the Experiment, though. Like here we just could get... I'm still thinking about getting Ghost Town. Oh, we could even get a Destrier. I don't know if that's better. Like, I'm torn between Monastery, Ghost Town, and Destrier. I think I go Monastery. It's close, though. Now that's unfair, right? Like, the odds of those two colliding was not high. Okay. So we do need to get Ghost Town, like, at some point. We might as well do it now. I don't think I'm quite ready. For another Groom. That was unlucky. I just gotta say. That was unlucky. Alright, so how does this game end? We get as many Grooms as we can. And then that gives us a state pressure. Please, just don't you do this to me. Okay. This looks good. That was pretty good. Yeah, Groom gaining Ghost Town is not good. No doubt about that. Ooh. Okay, I feel pretty confident here. I don't think I want to put a Groom. We can only play like 2 Grooms. I think we want them both to gain Grooms, but we don't want to put them in this shuffle. Well, that could have been better. Could have been worse. So Grooms will be empty. Ghost Towns will be low. Yeah, we're going to dance around the estate pile, presumably. I could have gained an estate there. I probably should have, now that I think about it. Because it's easy to trash. That would have just given me a little more search space to find the monastery. Yeah, I messed that up. Because I had 3 in hand, 3 Grooms. I don't actually know how many Grooms I have anymore. I think our opponent might be able to get these last 2 Grooms. I mean, they almost certainly will. So how does this game end? I'm not sure. Buying provinces definitely has an impact. Well, we're not as far ahead as I had hoped we would be. Hmm. Wow. Hmm. I don't even know if I have 5 or 6 grooms. I'm gonna find out. I just don't know. I think I only have 5. I think I might only have 5. Not the place I like to be. Anyway, so you can probably gain silvers in a shop and hit our price point that way. Shop's pretty good when you're gaining horses, I guess. It's fine. Maybe I need to gain a ghost town with the groom. I almost certainly need to gain an estate with a groom. Buys a ride. Where'd that ghost town come from? I guess I just had an extra ghost town. I don't want piles to empty, so not yet. Let's do that. Oh, is this shop not going to be playable? Sure wish I knew what that last card was. I've trashed 4 copper. Okay. So I do need an extra. You gotta be kidding me. Oh no. Actually, I need to undo that. Hmm. Is a Destrier better than an Experiment? And is a Ghost Town better than either? I don't know how much longer the game is going. We're pretty even. I don't know. What do I want to trash? Probably everything. Except the Groom. I don't know. I don't know. I keep saying that, but I don't know. What is the next pile gonna be? I guess if our opponent like empties the states, that's awkward for me, and it's awkward for them. I mean, we can just trash on played Grooms this turn if it seems relevant. We don't have a lot of draw these decks. I have... Our opponent's got one more horse, right? Because we just have the one. That's a lot of estates. Like, these decks can be good, it'll just take time to get there. I prioritized gaining a province. I probably didn't need to. I mean, I probably shouldn't have. I probably should have focused on gaining a ghost town and a destrier. It is nice to have the province, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of rough. Our opponent's getting experiment over destrier, which makes me think that they want to end the game quickly. And they took about, of course, a billion estates. I don't mind taking estates. I have that province lead, you know? I can buy like a duchy on top. Our opponent can't buy a province. No way. Can you stop doing that? Wow. That's crazy. That's not good. Okay. Well, that's not good at all. shoot, our opponent can just get a tie now. Yeah, our opponent just gets a tie pretty easily. Arguably, I shouldn't have trashed. Yeah, they're at a draw at least. Wait, no, I guess they can't get a tie. They can't afford duchy. Oh, they do have one more shop. Okay, so we can just end it on ghost towns. Assuming we see one more Groom. I cannot do that. Shoot, I may have lost the game. Hmm. We could get a ghost town. That improves our next turn the most, I think. Oh, our opponent? But that helps our opponent get a tie. I don't think they're going to get a tie. But I also don't need to risk it. I continue to have like a lead, so let's just do this. I don't think we're really gonna lose now. Okay. That is relevant. Cool. That was a weird one. I don't love Groom. That game has not changed my mind. Oh boy. We got clashes. I think I'm gonna take a break. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Alright, let's see. We've got a lot going on here. It's my first game with Carnival. Ooh, 5-2. Is that good? Well, we're definitely going to open Encampment. And what would we like to accompany the Encampment? I feel like we have plus actions kind of pretty well in hand. I wouldn't mind Academy, but opening it seems kind of low impact. How do we trash? We trash with Hideout? I guess we just trash with Hideout. Carnival seems pretty bad in the opening. Should we just open with Carpenter? Our opponent could rotate away from battle plan. That would be annoying. But there's nothing we can really do about that. Yeah. Seer's pretty good, but I think I'm coming around to Carpenter being the proper open. Great, my opponent can deny me battle plan if they want. Isn't this such a fun game? Don't you just love this game? We could mule. It doesn't seem very good to me. Okay, double 4. We should probably get an archer. I don't need plus actions yet. Should we get a smugglers? We can get a smugglers next turn. So what do we get this turn? Probably hideout in that case. Yeah, hideout, smugglers. Looks good. Would you like to smuggle the smugglers? You would not. I'll attack. What do I buy, though? Silver or encampment, I think. I mean, I could get another smugglers. Wow, hit 5. Oh, and they're holding on to something. What are they holding on to? Must be a hideout. That does not look like the kind of hand that can hit. Hit price points. So, smugglers is gonna get awkward pretty quick. I don't plan to get gold anytime soon, so I think silver over encampment. Yo. Okay, at least they didn't rotate here. Uh, uh, I think I'll just get some villagers. It hurts, like, if my opponent has smugglers, they're not gonna really appreciate that. I am able to hit 5 if I want to, I guess. Which I probably do. For the seer, not for the plunder, though. Plunder's okay. Seer's gotta be better, though. Yeah. Seer just seems bonkers good. Like, everything we've bought costs between 2 and 4. And we've trashed a copper. And we're gonna trash another one. Seems so good. Oh, I don't want you to have smugglers. You might have 2 smugglers. Either way, I don't want you to have it. Hmm. My opponent probably has the smugglers in hand. There's a copper on top. I really want to get to my hideout if I can. I did not. I definitely want... I mean, it just has to be a hideout. What do I want here? Probably Carpenter... Do I want Carpenter number 2? I'm not even sure. I don't hate it. don't hate it. And now I kind of want draw, but I also kind of want academy. There's going to be a lot of action gaining in the future, I feel like. I think academy is going to pay off. Okay. We could just buy a seer now. Our opponent did use that smugglers there. I think we might get away with it. Let's give it a try. Is any pile ever going to empty for Carpenter? I don't know. I don't know. All right. Come on, that's the kind of seer I wanted. How dare you get that? That kind of seer. He doesn't want us to play with Warlord. I mean, hey, I'm not complaining. Oh, that was a smart trick. That was clever. That was clever. What did our opponent gain? Just encampments and stuff? Lame. Um, I'm probably ready to trash an estate. It makes my seers a little worse, but I really want 5-cost cards if I can get them. And I can. I don't care about that. Or I do care about it. Do I want another archer? I could get another hideout instead. Archer attack's really good. I mean, I don't really have the encampments, so it is nice to get VP over time. Do we have a plus buy in this kingdom? No, I think we've already established that. But we do have carpenters, which can be extra gains in the short term and the long term. I like drawing cards. Let's play with this carnival. Could be good. All right. Let's get ourselves a plunder, question mark. Could get hunter as well. Let's get this plunder, whatever. We did it. Eh. Such a weird game. Take one battle plan, switch to archer, and then literally never get a warlord. What a world. What did I do there? Top decks a carnival. Okay. That could have been better. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good turn. We're cruising. Should we just buy a province? What did our opponent buy? Anything? Nothing. Alright. Yeah, I think I'll just buy a province. Maybe gain nothing. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. That was the one plunder, so I don't really care about that encampment. On the other hand, what are they gonna gain with Carpenter? Maybe nothing? I don't have a gold. I don't have another plunder. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna give him nothing to gain with smugglers. Well, I mean, the encampment is still better. I think. I don't really want them to reveal, but they can do that in a bunch of different ways. Okay. And now... I think I'm just done. I don't know. That was a really efficient turn. Can you not do that? Can you not get perfect seers? Please and thank you. Literally, every seer has been a full draw for them. That's not right. Well, that's good. We get an encampment. If we can find a hideout. That's a full draw. So we're gonna get archer attacked. Dang. This turn is pretty bad with an archer attack. And they still have carpenters with which they can do things. What's my top priority? To have a better turn than it looks like we're going to have. Your opponents just trashed all their copper, and that's why their seer always draws full. I didn't give that enough credence. They're definitely more trashed than I am. That was a really good turn. They have no silver, though, which is interesting. Yeah, are they going to do anything with their 3 carpenters? Question mark? I don't know. I'm not feeling good about this game. I'll tell you that much. So far, Academy has not been worthwhile. But if carpenters ever activate, they could be. Well, you know what we can do? We can pick up an encampment. I think I'm happy with my opponent just like grabbing extra carpenters for some reason. Okay, we know that. Okay, we know that they're not going to be. What the heck is this? All right, so do we get an encampment or something else? I mean, they have smugglers. I can't do it in good conscience. That was an abysmal seer. Just the worst seer ever. I didn't deserve that seer. I have a lot of cards between 2 and 4 coins in my deck. A lot. If only I'd seen a freaking smugglers, I could have gotten more seers. That was not the case. That's a few carpenters. It's a few carpenters. It's a lot of thinking. Can't imagine why there's a lot of thinking, but did my copper get discarded? Incredible. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing you can do. Seer is a good card. I mean, there's a lot of good cards, though. Okay. Well, top deck's a curse. That's not a very good card. Should probably get a Seer before it's gone, you know? Oh, I only have the one action. That's no good. Oh, I have plenty of actions. What am I thinking? But no, I'll leave that curse there. That was a mistake. Probably? I don't like this starting hand, particularly. Yeah, I think we're going to lose this game. Well, this is not a very good start to our season. Not a very good start. My opponent played this well. Oh, incredible. I lost the game. Nice. Well played. On to game 6. Website struggled to load this for some reason. I don't like this kingdom. I really don't like this kingdom. Blockade is usually really good. Is there an exception here? We draw with nobles. The village is capital city. Nobles are catacombs. So Blockade can't get any of the important cards, but it can get Lurkers, which can gain the important cards. I still think it makes sense to play with a pair of Blockades. There's no way to trash curses. I might even want a Blockade for silver. But do we want to open Sage or silver? Like, we could just go full... Sage is gonna make me sad at various points in this game. On the other hand, it does help us find our Blockade. A lurker can always, like, trash a catacombs to gain something. That makes me okay about buying a lurker. Alright, I'll get the sage. Okay. I'm happy to see our blockade on this turn. I'm gonna get a blockade. Maybe just maybe a lurker. I don't think I want another sage. Do I want a silver though? Is there plus buy? That's the next question. So there's plus buy in loot that you can gain from Cutthroat that you need to gain a more expensive card first. It's a lot of conditions. I'm just gonna get the lurker. Okay. Well, we're not getting silver. This could be better. We could just get 2 lurkers. It's kind of a weird way to play, but we got Capital City. Do we get another blockade though? Oh wait, actually maybe we should have gotten a blockade there. Hmm. This is rough. We do have a sage at least. It's guaranteed to draw a blockade. Okay. Womp womp. What did our opponent do? Opponent bought a capital city. I want a capital city. I didn't get it. I don't know how to do this. Our opponent, do they have a lurker? They do. They have a lurker. Shoot. I can't put a capital city in there. So should we put a catacombs in there? Catacombs is better for our opponent than us. Uh, Honestly, I don't know how to play this board. I fear I may have already lost. I feel like I just need a lurker. So I guess we're all in. Guess we're all in. This is not great. How's our opponent able to do this? I don't actually think I want a lurker now. This is just too good, what our opponent's doing. I don't know how they got such a good outcome. This is kind of obscene that they're able to play two capital cities on a blockade on turn 6. That's actually bonkers. They have a grand total of one silver and no trash. It's just absolutely bonkers. We're just so far behind. Sage is better than nothing at this stage, and I think it's better than silver. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Come on, they have like 2 lurkers in their deck. Yeah, this is what it looks like when you lose the game. Wow, I've lost this match. That sucks. I did not expect that. I don't have any plus actions down there. This is brutal. This is so brutal. Come on, can you not? Well, at least this turn was okay. I think I want to cycle around to some lurkers. We can trash the hovel, which is pretty good. How's this game gonna end? We'll never know. We'll never know. I mean, could get the cutthroat. Not yet. Not yet. We'll consider it. And this is pretty abysmal. We have the sage coming up. Hey, if our opponent can't buy nobles, that looks pretty good for us. We gotta look out for the end of the game. The end of the game might be coming up real quick. Hmm. Yeah, let's keep going. Okay. We are close, but not there. Eee. Yeah, not a whole lot. Yeah, this is a bit of a problem. We may know what the last two cards are. theoretically, but I don't. They're certainly not certainly not a silver, so there's no way. Well, I mean, there is a nobles down there. I think that's our last capital city, though. Definitely a bit problematic. That seems like we need to do that. I would like a capital city, but I don't want to make it too easy to empty. It might be correct, though. We could get a... What? What helps us out? We need to, like, buy province, ideally. So we should get a silver. Probably buy a silver. Blockade for moat. It really would be good to have another capital city. Can our opponent play 3 but not 4 lurkers? The thing is, they can always buy a sage. Can they always buy a capital city? That I don't know. I think I want to take the risk. It's definitely a risk, I acknowledge that. Because there's also blockade, which can gain sage easy enough. Oh, hold on a moment. Did I just pass up a win? I forgot about blockade gaining sage. Let me see if I passed up a win. Whoops. I think I could have... I had 5 lurkers. Yeah. Well, how do I get the duchy? I can't get the duchy. And every time I buy an estate, I get a curse, so... Yeah, no, I don't think I had it. Don't think I had it. Hmm. Blockade on estate was very clever for my opponent. I still probably could only tide. If we get another turn, this hand looks great. We get another turn. So you're saying there's a chance. Sage first? Yeah, sure, whatever. Do we play the moat just right now? No, it's sage. Okay, we've got a billion lurkers. We can't possibly need them all, right? We win with a province. which we almost have. I think we have it now. Yeah. We buy province, we get rid of the sages, or capital cities. Definitely capital cities. Okay. Alright, well, I may have gotten over frustrated during the midpoint of that game. Anyways, we end up with a 3-3, first player won every game. Well, there it is, and yeah, got 4 more matches in this season. Hopefully I'll have some better performances in the future. Until then.